study the ones that's considered the greatest of all time, right? Because if you study them, it's one thing. It's a couple of guys I studied. I mean, I'm telling you when I studied. The way I studied Reggie Wright, the way I studied Ronnie Lott, the way I studied Mike Singletary, the way I studied Bruce Smith, the way I studied those guys, I studied the professionalism of those guys. What made them stand out? And I started watching them, paying attention enough, and I'm like, wait a minute. Those are men. That's a man right there. And they got some real business on their mind. And so when I started coming up, rest in peace, one of the closest ones I had that was really helping me out was Derek Thomas. So DT was always like, look, you can do whatever you want to do. Don't do this. And every time that camera on, you make sure that you're inspiring somebody. I never forget it at my first Pro Bowl. You know, and so I used to always learn and download from a lot of veterans. Like, I think that was my biggest thing about why my career went the way it went, honestly, because I had a bunch of people and I wasn't big enough in my head to not go to them. Wait, I'm going to them like, look, man, feed me. Like Shannon will tell you, I'm sitting there with Shannon every day. I'm like, Shay, what should I eat? What should I eat? Rod Wilson, how should I stretch? What shouldn't I do? What should I? Yeah, man.
Okay, you've taken me to a bigger point, and I think you're ready for this, but this millennial, younger generation, when you go, not just football, I think they've been raised by so many grandmamas and aunties and foster parents that they don't have the proper respect for the older generation because, and I put it on us, maybe we didn't put enough in them, invest enough time in them, and so there's a disconnect. Instead of looking for us for guidance, they're looking to unseat us.
Yeah, and one of the reasons that you think about it, nowadays in all sports, all new millennials, they crown so early, right? Me and my son had a conversation and it blew my mind. He's getting ready to play a basketball game and he's like, oh, Dad, we got to stay here and watch this kid. This kid is about to play. I'm like, okay, who is this kid? He's the #1 in the nation. He's in the 8th grade. I said, how do you rate a kid in the 8th grade #1 in the nation? You don't rate nobody #1 in the nation in the 8th grade. Pick up your freaking shoes and let's go. I'm not finna stay here and watch nobody. But you ask yourself, because they're crowned so early now, right? Twitters and all the social media, it's like, oh, I'm the new this, I'm the new that. In real life, the people that's remembered are your most humblest ones. The great ones that's remembered because they do the homework, they do the research. Man, I went backwards to study what made Willie Lanier great. I wanted to know what made Willie Lanier stick out in an era of that time. Yeah, then me and Willie became friends. So when I started talking to all these guys, they were like, wait a minute, you really study me? And I'm like, absolutely. Because I wanted to know when I finally reached a certain level, how one day somebody would look at me and how would I be remembered when I'm done playing the game. And my teammates, the greatest reward you will ever have in this business with is what your teammates say about you when you're not around. And that's your reward. And if I'm telling them anything, it's two ways you look at whatever they're doing, however they take it. And the reason why I'm glad Dez tweeted me, because it wasn't a bad tweet.
Right.
It's not. He's just tweeted.
He's looking for guidance.
He's looking, and so now I'm saying, if my answers to you guys and what the answers really is, become a better leader and watch how the attention must leave you. Because when you're a leader, you think about everything else. You think about making sure everybody in the meeting on time. You think about making sure everybody understands the entire defense instead of just my position. Yeah, man, like you do things as a leader. Rod Woodson and Shannon Sharpe, Tony Siragusa, Rod Burnett, Benny Thompson, Stephon Moore, Eric Turner, rest in peace. Those were men who grabbed a youngster and said, you want it. You want it. I said, yeah, I do. I want it all. I want it all. I want to be the complete thing. And then I realized when Derek Thomas, I walked up to the Pro Bowl, me and Eddie George walked up to the Pro Bowl one day, and Derek Thomas said, hey, home team, don't come over here. And I'm like, oh man, okay, is he saying this in a bad way? He was like, don't come over here because you ain't earned to be over here yet. and that just took me with, and I said, wow. And he caught me later, and he was like, you all right with what I told you now, right? I said, yes, yeah, DT, whatever you say. He said, because you got to earn to be at that bar. You ain't earned, this your first year, I get it. You'll get it. I started getting it. I was like, okay, well, I'll see you for the next 10 years then. Then I earn it, right? But then you start to see the level of respect because then Junior Seau, rest in peace, was speaking in my life. Listen, you got a good future. Don't do this, stay away from it. Yeah. And so I used to download, and so that's where the bar, even the bar at the Pro Bowl became for me. It became this place where I would grab all this knowledge from all these great men, and I would start to add it into my life. Piece it into my life. You know, I used to see the things when Junior Seau used to come in and he used to have all of his notes and his notes used to be everywhere. I started doing the same thing. I started putting all my notes everywhere, right? And then Mike Singletary came and started coaching me. And when he started coaching me, I said, Coach, I know you're going to probably teach me more about football, but I kind of want to be a better man. Like, so we started meeting every Monday. Every Monday I would come in early, he'd pull out his Bible, and we'd sit there and take me through it. And most of the time, it just turned into story talking. And all I'm saying is, if you think about what these kids are missing, is they're missing one of the greatest history lessons ever. And that's from the people who came before you. That's how you follow it. That's how you don't stick out like Dez and Odell's doing right now. That's how you always stay composed because you realize it's bigger than me. Because one day the game will end. And then how will you be remembered?